Thanks everyone for looking at these videos. There's a lot more people than I thought would be looking at them, so thank you. And I know you must be thinking, Jesus Christ, what a drunk. Like, look at him. He can barely lift a spatula. But you don't have to drink to have a good time. And you don't have to cook in a snowstorm. So this is a regular day and no drinking. Well, much anyway. Tonight's menu is a pot roast. Now, the last couple videos, I've had a lot of beef. It's because beef was on sale, and you should take advantage of sales when they're on. So I got this roast. It's really, really cheap. What we're gonna need is a JD Shore spiced rum bottle, and instead of there being rum, there's water. I'm gonna put this tang in it, and give it a little shake. Let's give it a little. Anyway, give it a little shake, and then you've got some tang. Now, normally I've been using the Godfather to open up the cider, but now we can just use it for some nice mood lighting. Isn't that romantic? Anyway, onions, carrots, celery, beef broth. I don't know what ketchup's doing in here. I needed ketchup. I think it just photobombed me. French's, made in Canada. Worcester sauce, a little Dijon mustard. And this isn't sugar, actually. This is Montreal steak spice. And I'm going to season the meat with Montreal steak spice and various herbs. Now, I want rosemary, but I forgot to get it at the store, and I'm not going down there now. And we'll see what's going on next. Oh, Jesus Christ. In the roasting pan, I'm going to put all the mirepoix, the celery, carrots, and onions. The meat's going to sit on top of this, and it's going to flavor the juices, and also all the juices are going to be able to go underneath the roast, and it's going to cook from the bottom as well as the sides, and it's going to make it very nice. Let's see. No, it's not helping the onions. I'm just gonna rough chop the garlic. No, I'm using a whole head of garlic. Garlic acts as an anticoagulant, so it's like taking an aspirin a day, I guess, or drinking a glass of wine. So garlic is very good for you. And it's delicious. Now, confession time. This isn't completely thawed. I gave it like almost 2 days in the fridge. And it's still firm in the middle. So we're going to see what it's like. It's an experiment. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. It's a bit still cold in the middle and hard, but since we're going to be braising it, I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue. I know some people say they do roasts from frozen, which I have never done before, and I always thought it's a horrible thing. But we're going to take a little see. Take a little look see. There. Well, it's browning, just not that evenly because, it's still kind of hard. So I'm going to have to use these and hold it to the hot pan so I can get an even browning. And I can't do that and film this at the same time. Okay, that happens sometimes. Basically, I had the temperature up a little bit too high. Add my beef stock. Now I'm gonna just smear some of this Dijon mustard over the roast, and I'm gonna just drop it in the oven and forget about it. That's it. Oh, and add some herbs too, but I'll do that a little bit later. I'm just gonna smear this all over. Give it a cute little smear. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be braising the meat, which means that I'm going to be cooking it on a lower temperature and a longer period of time in liquid. And what that's going to do is going to break down the connective tissues in the meat, and it's going to be making the end result very, very tender and fall apart as opposed to roasting. Alright, time now for the potatoes. Now, you know what, the potatoes, they cook faster when you chop them small, but they also soak up a bunch of water. So I cut these ones in two just because of the size of them. And you always start them in cold water, not hot water from the tap. I like to add a little garlic in with the potato water. What that's going to do is just kind of give it the potatoes just an essence of garlic. Just peel them, squash them with the flat side of my knife, and I'm just going to drive them in there. The tongs just go in like butter. Also, when braising meat, your leftover meat, you're going to want to keep it in the liquid, because you just like keep it in the gravy. If not, it will turn all dry like an old dried out dog turd, and no one wants to eat an old dried out dog turd. Now you're gonna know when the potatoes are done because the fork's just gonna go right through it. So I'm just gonna drain these in the colander and I'm gonna mash them. Oh Jesus! Watch out! The steam's hot. Now you can just mash them up as they are, or you can put them on a sheet pan and stick them in the oven for a bit to dry them out. Maybe 10-15 minutes. But it's good to mash these when they're hot. The leftover sour cream from my storm chili, I'm going to stick it right in the potatoes. Be generous with your butter. You just want to mash these up. I hate this potato masher. I thought it'd be good because it was metal, but I'm regretting it now. Don't need to add too much salt. I mean, I salted the water, and I used salted butter. So I'm just gonna put like a little bit of salt in, a little bit of pepper, and done. Now it's time to thicken the gravy, and to do so you can use a roux or cornstarch, or you can just take some flour and shake it up in a jar. That's what Mom always did. And just whatever way you want to thicken it. It's time to taste. The final taste. Oh yeah. So I just put some of the meat down there, some of the braised vegetables underneath the meat, the potatoes, and just finish it off with some frozen vegetables there. Also, I made a little hole there in the mashed potatoes, so it's kind of like a gravy volcano. So from all of us at Drunken Storm Cooking, hey, that can be the name of these videos. Drunken Storm Cooking. I will see you next time.